Actually, I like to sit in dark.
I know. I mean, generally, programmers like to sit in the dark.
Yeah.
Seems to be the same everywhere.
Yeah. Human nature.
Yeah.
I need permission to share my screen.
Hold on a second, huh? Okay.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, of course I can see you.
Okay, so this is the whole code for just match order.
Wow.
So here first of all, I need a query that will get the orders, and then we need to separate those order on the basis of buy or sell order. We do that here, and
Wait, hold on. Let me just go again. Okay. So the first thing you need to see this SQL. Can you show me the SQL query?
okay, that is here.
Okay, all this. Okay. So it's okay. Okay. From order book. Okay, can. Sounds right. Sounds perfect.
Yeah, after getting those orders, uh, I separate the sell orders and buy orders. I store those
So you
into
store them into an array, is it?
yeah, yes,
Yeah.
and then I match those sell orders with buy orders by using a nested loop, nested for each.
Nested query. Okay,
So
can.
yeah, so this don't have any SQL query yet, the match thing, but when the order is matched, we call another function, which is the main exchange function. After
Okay.
yeah, we do some verifications like the coin is same and the user is not the same, and the currency amount and the currency and
So that
same.
means you don't really buy from yourself.
Yeah.
Actually, they can buy from themselves. I mean, but never mind. Let's just assume the buy and sell is different. Okay, never mind. It's okay.
Oh, okay. So here in exchange order, we do some, the preparation for the order, for the exchange amount and few other things like. And actually, this do not include any query yet. But here you see, here we need two queries that will verify that seller and buyer both have enough balance for specific coin or the currency. So
Okay.
we need two queries for that.
Actually, okay, put it this way. Okay. Uh, when at the time when you create the buy order and sell order, if you already confirm that they have the balance, you do not need to confirm again.
That is right. We do not need that, but let's see.
Okay, I put it this way. Okay.
We are actually we are using something like the which is logged balance, the log balance.
Yeah. So when you create the order, when you create a sell order, you lock it. You create a buy order, you lock it. Then, technically speaking, you do not need to check it when if they do have the balance before when you do the transaction.
Actually, I am checking that they have enough log balance, so that we can say that that is just for the that is just to verify that we did not made our program did not made any wrong calculation, right?
Okay, I just want to confirm, your matching algorithm is still done in PHP, right? It's not It's not done in Python, right?
No, no. Yes, it is in PHP.
Okay. Because the
Okay.
matching algorithm is more like backend. Even if you're done in Python, it should have been all right. But never mind.
Yeah,
Since you've done the PHP, it's fine.
yeah. Actually, with Python, we would have
Sorry, what do you say, Usman? Are you still there? Usman? 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 Yeah, Usman, I hear you now.
yeah. Sorry, my connection was lost. Uh, can you see my screen?
And for now, yes.
Yeah. I used PHP because we with PHP we are able to use WordPress default functions, which is like WPDB and insert. We can use these things. So here is the first query, which is actually it is an SQL query. So what it does, it create a
Which part
transaction.
is the wait? This one is the part where they transfer, right?
Yes,
Okay.
actually this query create a transaction from sender to buyer. I mean from seller to actually transactions are happening two ways. So a buyer, so a seller is sending. Give me a sec. So
Seller
so
is
so a,
it?
so a seller is sending coins to a buyer, and he is taking money from seller from buyer, right? So two transactions for seller and two transactions for buyer, right? Two
Sorry, what do you
transactions
say?
for coin. Actually, in one exchange, four transactions are happening, which is two transactions for coin and two transactions for currency, right? So give currency and take currency, take currency and give currency, and then again take coin from seller and give coin from to buyer. These
You
are
mean you
four
manage the
different.
balance, is it?
Yes, we add that balance in buyer, and we take that balance from seller. So two transactions for each balance. So total four transactions for just exchange. uh, let's see this one. Actually, this one is sending cryptocurrency, or whatever the coin is. This is sending, this transaction is sending coins from seller to buyer.
Hmm.
It's And in this transaction, it we are transferring currency from sender to buyer, right? From buyer to sender, right?
Okay. Okay.
So two transactions, then we make four more transactions.
So these are the four
Actually,
transactions. This SQL is the four transactions you're talking about, right?
these are two transactions, one this one
Okay.
and the other one this second, and then we have four more SQL queries. These four are.
Wait. You go up first because you say the upper you also get four transactions. Where are they? They are actually in the SQL thing you just showed me, right?
No, actually, these are two transactions which we insert into the trans. Actually, by transaction I mean SQL transactions. for more specific, we can say these are two transactions, but and these are four queries, or we can say the transactions.
So this
So
four transaction after you done is complete, the so-called the matching order is completed.
we can say that, but still we need a few more things, uh, which is like sending emails to users,
Okay.
and those
Okay.
emails depends
By
upon
mail
the
gun.
other thing. And then yeah, and then for actually these two for transactions table, and these for balance table to adjust balances, right? And then these these two for these two transactions for the order table, right?
Order
So
table is the takeaway, right?
yes, actually order table is that where we store all the orders. These two transactions update the status of orders, right?
Hmm.
And actually for these two queries, we have options. So those two queries depends upon some if else things, right? So if this thing happen, we create these queries. Else if this thing happens, we create these queries, right? And or in third case, we create these queries, right? Three.
Why are there so many cases?
Because there are so many tables.
Okay, okay.
Okay,
I think okay, maybe there's some confusion. Okay. When a sell order is being executed, the order book may not necessarily be removed. Okay, is that has the sell order be, let's say I want to sell 10 coins, okay, but I only managed to sell 9. So the sell order is still there with 1 coin remaining. Am I right?
actually we cannot just update the already existing order. We do not do that, because that is the original data. We maybe we can need that data anytime when something wrong happened with our user, so they can ask us to check the records. So what I do is i i uh, I sell nine when someone sell 9 coin out of 10. I complete the old order, and I create a child order, or a sub order, which is one for $1, 1 coin, right?
Okay, I guess there may be some confusion. Okay, the confusion is that you see, you take on the, okay, honestly, from this point of view, the way of you doing is not very blockchain friendly. Okay, let me tell you why. But so far, I can see the logic. The thing is that in blockchain, you do not take a balance and minus off and update into the SQL server. It's very dangerous. But
uh,
I understand you want to do it is because then the loading will be fast. I understand what you're talking about. Okay, is that the reason why you do it?
no, actually it is not because loading is fast. We need all of these queries, right?
Need a lot of things to what?
We can we need all of these queries. Let me explain in rough. uh, we have three tables, right? Which is transactions,
Mm.
one for transactions, uh, the other one, the other one for balance record, right?
Transaction record.
Balance. Uh,
That means all the previous transaction record they must be kept in the file.
Sorry.
All the previous transaction they must be kept in the file. That means okay, first of all is the balance being updated. Secondly, the transaction that happened must still be in the history.
Yes, and the third one is orders
Yeah.
status need to be updated. So three tables, right?
Okay.
Orders, right? So in transactions table, what we need to do that, let's say in exchange, for example, uh, a a uh, let's assume a case. A sells 20 coins to be at the price of 1 SGD, right?
Mm.
That's our case. So
Mm-hmm.
in this case, what changes we need to do in transaction table? In transaction table, first we need to record a transaction from A to B, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say
Mm-hmm.
A sold 20 coins to B. For more specific, let's use word transferred,
Mm.
right? And the other one is B, which is B uh, transfer 20 coins to A, right? Oh, sorry,
No, no, no,
not
no.
coins, not coins,
Dollars, 20 SGD.
not coins. Yeah,
Okay,
yes.
you're right.
So two transactions, right? Which means two queries for this table.
Mm.
Yeah, and let's see balance table. In balance table, uh, in balance table, first of all, we need to add uh, add add 20 coins to user A, right? Can you understand that? And add 20 FGD to D,
Mm.
right? And third one, of course, we if we add something, we need to subtract something from somewhere. So if we add 20 coins to user A, we need to subtract 20 coins from user B, right?
Yeah.
A, oops, from B, and right. So
Mm.
four queries for balance table, right? Four queries, four
Yeah.
SQL queries for
Okay.
balance
Okay.
table and two for this. And now let's see the orders table. For order tables, uh, there are two orders, right? So update status of sell order, right? And
Mm.
B, oops,
Mm. Okay. Okay, by the way, since you put these notes here, I just leave it there, so that next time we can refer to it.
sorry.
You know these notes that you're putting into the code, just leave it there.
Oh, okay. Right. So we need to update status of sell order, and we need to update status of buy order, and four queries for balance table, two queries for orders table, and two queries for transactions table. These are total 8 transactions which are necessary at any condition. So, but
Wait,
there
wait,
are
wait.
few.
Usman. Slow down a bit, slow down a bit. Go down further. Okay. Okay, orders. Let me just see update the status of sell order. Update status of buy order. Okay. The thing is that you see, let's say I want to sell 10 coins. Okay. When you say update means that let's say the sell order I get 10 coins, I sold 8 coins. Then we just update the 2 coins left, right?
Yeah, no. Actually, in that case, we have another query, which is we execute these two queries, right? And then we execute another queries which create a,
A new cell order. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. That's
Uh,
that's that's one way to do it. So
so these are total 9 queries. One is conditional, and 8 are necessary at any case. And on these queries, we have a lot of conditions. And right, so because we cannot just simply do that and leave it. We need to send
okay.
emails to users, and we are sending
So
emails.
so wait hold on hold on. Go back go back go back
uh,
go back. Go back. Okay. Go back first. Go back to the thing. Okay. Can I just understand? So the transaction and balance should be quite direct, right?
Sorry.
Transaction and balance are quite direct. They're quite easy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So from the way I look at it, maybe orders got a bit of it may be a bit complicated. So let me see. Update or set of sell order, update order, buy order, create a new sell order, or for
uh,
remaining coins.
Actually, these are also not very complex queries. This one is little bit, but not a big issue. I'll show you the main thing, which is a little bit complex. Uh, you see,
Okay.
there are few if else conditions. Uh, Let me minimize those so you can see it. So you see these are if else if and four different conditions. So these conditions depend upon the status of the order. So let's say both orders were done, so
Okay.
we need to send different emails to to both users. Like we need to send different email to seller, and we need to send different email to buyer. So we send one email to buyer and another to sender.
Okay.
And
Okay. I guess I know what you're doing here. Okay. The point is that if I were you, I won't worry so much about telling the consumer, the seller, whether the buy or sell order is complete. Because I just have to tell them how many of their coins has been sold and how many of the coins have been bought. That's all. You get my point?
oh, okay.
I
So you are saying,
okay. My point is that I think eventually the user has to be told that their sell order is completed. Okay, but uh, I won't think of this as very important. But having said that, I just need to tell the clients that they have sold 10 coins, for example. They may try to sell 20 coins, but 10
oh,
coins sold is 10 coins sold.
oh,
So it's still fine also.
oh, okay. So we can just send seller and buyer that you have
Yeah,
sent sold that number of coins at that
yeah.
price.
So the thing is that okay, I guess at the end of the day, if you want to send them an email to say that the sell order is finished, you can do that when at the point of time when you update all the, when you update all the sell and buy order, when you update, then you find that through the logic, some of the buy order is no longer there. That means it has been totally complete. So during the process, after you update the buy and sell order, it's only when the buy and sell order is completely gone, then you send the email to the user and tell people that it's been done. Because if not,
Actually, let me explain.
okay,
I said that we have four different conditions.
yeah,
First condition, when the buy order and sell order is done. So both. So I wanted to sell 10 coins, and you wanted to buy 10 coins, and we are good. So right. So, but in second case, order status is done. Buy order status is done, but the sell order status is not done. So let's say I wanted to sell 10 10 coins, and you wanted to buy 5 coins. So this is the case.
hmm.
system will transfer you 5 coins from me and in that case we send different emails. Actually emails thing is done. In that case we say that your to buyer we say that your buy order is complete, and but to seller we say that your sell order is proceeded partially. So we send them specific emails in any case. So let's say in this case when 5 out of my 10 coins are sold, I'll receive this email, right? Seller.
Mm.
And in fourth case when the buy order is active and but the sell order is done, in that case let's say I wanted to sell 10 coins and you wanted to buy 20 coins, system will transfer you 10 coins, and it will send me an email which will say that my order is completed, and it will send you another email which will say your order was proceeded partially. So this is the case. And in third case we just do some because third case is unexpected, we just do some error log. So that's it.
Wait. The last else is basically when both are still active, right?
Yes, and which
But
is unlikely impossible, which is almost impossible, you know. We,
no. Put that aside. Put that aside. The thing is that it is still possible. The Let
how
me see what
uh,
choice that is possible.
I
Let
don't
me
think
see.
it's
Okay,
possible,
you
but
must also see the sell order a customer. Okay, let's say for me I have 10 coins. I may say I want to sell my 10 coins at I have 20 coins. I want to sell my 10 coin as $1. I want to sell my other 10 coin at $1.10. You know I can still do that.
actually that basically that for that the user will have to place two different orders, right?
Yes, of course.
so so
Yeah, of course.
so both orders will have to go through these both orders will have to go through these conditions. So I don't think if both orders go uh, differently from these conditions, they are not going to reach else. This else is just for some programming bug or something like
Okay. But then then in that case, from what is being shown here, the else, if the program is done right, the else will never be executed.
yes, yeah.
But you're
So
putting that
that's
just
why,
okay.
yeah,
Okay.
that's why it's just for system log. So if any time we notice something wrong is happening, we will go to our system log and we will check the WordPress error log, and we will see this line.
Okay. So that means when the match order is done, when there's a buy order and sell order at the same price, definitely one of the order would have to be completed.
Yes,
Definitely one of the order. Either you sold all finish already or you bought all finish already. Within that price
yes,
lah, within the price. Of course, that person can have different buy order, the other person can have different sell order at different price.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Actually, this whole thing, this match order was done. Actually, it is done if I see the code, but I don't know where the issue is. When last time I executed, it worked for a few orders, but I got some unexpected result for an order. So that's why I
What
am wondering.
okay, what unexpected result do you receive?
Okay, I was expecting this to go through all the orders and match all possible orders, but it missed one of order. I don't know why.
It means one of the what, sorry?
It missed one of the sell orders. I
Well, I
don't
mean,
know what is
without showing
that.
me the data, it's very hard for me to understand what they're trying to say. That means the sell order should have been completed or should have been executed, but it's not. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, yes,
Okay. So was there a matching buy order that is that didn't execute it?
Yes.
So there was a matching buy order.
Actually, yes. Actually, the problem could be the some of my wrong queries, but I checked out all of my queries, or the problem could be because we are executing 10 queries in every loop, 10 SQL queries in every loop. So that could be the problem.
Okay,
So
okay. So in programming sense, you are saying that there could be a race condition.
no,
You don't think?
um, uh, okay, let me show you. All of those 10 queries are in this exchange order function,
Mm-hmm.
right? And this exchange order function is being called in a for each loop, right?
Mm-hmm.
A nested for each loop. So let's say we have 10 sell orders and 10 buy orders.
Okay.
So because this is a nested for each loop, this will be multiplied. 10 buy orders and 10 sell orders mean uh, 100 cycles. So we pick
Okay.
one order, we match all of those 10 orders, then we pick the other sell order and we match with all of the buy orders. So that way it is like 100 cycles if we have
Okay.
10 buy
Okay.
orders and 10 sell orders.
So
So
are you telling me that this may affect the PHP timeout thing?
this may affect the SQL timer
SQL
because we
timeout thing.
are, yeah.
But I tell you,
But
the SQL server speed, you're telling me you're going to make 100 query per second. It's not a problem for the SQL server.
yeah, it is not. But actually, it is not 100 queries per second. It is that, let me explain. In each cycle, we are executing this exchange order function, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it is like we execute this function and we execute the other code, right? This code. First we execute this function and then we execute this code, but
Mm-hmm.
it does not mean that our function our code wait for this function to get a result and then it execute this. That it's not happening like this because actually PHP do that already. PHP wait for its functions and then it go through these lines. But when when it comes to SQL, it do not wait for the SQL queries to go to the next lines. So I think there is something happening in this function with SQL queries. Maybe I need to find some way to some way to wait for this code to run before this result and before results come from
Wait.
yes.
This is not parallel processing. You mean the result equal to that one? He has to wait for the exchange order to be completed before you go to the next line, isn't it?
Okay, let me actually at this time I'm just considering different things to find out the issue. I do not I'm not sure that this is the issue. So, and in another case, another issue could be that we take one first order and we match with the 10, right? And then we
Mm-hmm.
take other and then we match with other 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's say the second cell order match with the sum of these pi orders. So I think the issue could be that we need to we need, if we need to we need to skip that order in next iteration because that one is already processed. I think that could be the issue. But we are already doing that, and we just need to check that it's working or not.
Hold on, the buy and sell order, huh? How come there's amount, there's currency? Okay. How come there's no price? Wait,
Sorry,
there's no price.
where?
You see the four lines,
uh, these four lines.
Mm.
We
The
have
currency
the
amount
price.
is the price. Are you saying that?
Yes.
Okay, less than or equal to. Sell order less sell is less than. Okay. Okay. It's less than the buy order. Okay. Buy order price. Buy order once there's a buy order price more than sell order price, then you will transact. Am I right?
Yes.
You will
Yes.
transact at the sell order price, right?
Okay. We are saying that, let's say I want to sell for $11 and someone want to buy for $12.
Mm.
So we are just checking that the buying price is more than
Okay.
the selling price,
So okay, let me I guess
more than or equal.
okay,
Yeah.
I guess I know where the problem is. I mean I just tell you what I would do to solve the problem. Okay, I may or may not know what caused this thing. I don't know whether it's a race condition, but it doesn't seem to be. Because every of the sell order, if they go through, they must execute. So even if logically, the next sell order when they do it, there will be a race condition. They would have been resolved before they go to the next loop. So it is technically not possible to have race condition. Especially, okay, that means there are a few things need to be done. This
Yeah, but
script, yeah,
actually, if we execute queries instead of the arrays, so we cannot execute queries in loop. It will cause problems. Uh, it will be like executing tens of queries in just a loop, which will multiply our queries with 100,
I
with another 10.
okay, I still do not think that executing 100 queries is the problem for the SQL server. Because SQL server can take very hard.
Actually, it is a problem. Okay, these are not just select or the basic queries. These are update queries, and these
It more time.
take a few yeah. Actually, if we need to run this in 1 second, that is okay. We can execute hundreds of queries in 1 second, but with PHP, it do not wait for 1 second. It runs much faster. So I think I think if server goes busy sometime, they can the SQL queries can fail sometime. We can get the 500 bad error, that kind of errors. If we execute too many queries, we get that error. By the way,
Wait. Are you talking about SQL error or PHP error?
I am talking about SQL server crash. So
Come on,
you remember?
the SQL server can take a lot of load, because whenever
No,
I understand
actually,
update will take longer.
okay. Let's say we have 10 orders, 10 sell orders. So you are saying that we need to execute other 10 queries instead of this for each loop, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So let's say we have 10 buy orders and we execute 10 queries for those 10 buy orders. And inside that we have exchange function which all again need 10 queries. So it's like 10 multiply by 10, which is 100 queries within less than okay 10 queries in each sorry 100 queries in each cycle, and every cycle do not take 1 minute 1 second, right?
You mean
So
update will take 1 second? So long.
no. I am saying that this for each loop do not wait for 1 second. Okay, let me explain. By default, server waits. PHP servers wait for 30 seconds to response. If some website do not respond, it shows the error that that it took too long to respond, right? So maximum servers normally wait for 30 seconds. So let's say even our server if our server wait for 30 seconds,
Okay.
we have we have a few hundred queries in each cycle, and if orders goes to 100, then these can go to 1000 queries, right? So that is not the efficient programming. By the way, just let me let me try a few more tests and let me find the exact issue. We don't know even if this is the issue or not. So
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
then we can.
Okay. Usman, actually, from my point of view, there's only a few way to solve this problem. First of all, you see the match order. If you match, if you therefore, you see, if you match the order every minute, then in that minute, it's very impossible for people to put in 10 queries. You get my point? If you match every hour, you're screwed. Okay? Because in the
Yeah.
hour, I can put in 10 orders. Then at the end of the hour, then we match. So you may have a 10 multiplied by 10, then 1,000 query. So, but okay, I personally don't think it's a problem. But let's assume it's a problem. Okay, let's assume it's a problem. So the only way to solve it is to match the order every minute. Because every minute, the amount of buy and sell order you can put is limited.
I got you. I got you.
Okay, that's
So
one way.
you are saying that we are never gonna have 100 active sale
Yes,
orders.
yes, that's the social way of solving the problem. Okay, that's one.
Uh,
Okay, we can do it this way first, one every minute. I do not know whether
okay.
that's okay. Why don't you try whether you have three order and three order, you can solve the problem. Okay, as long as the logic is correct, let's just launch it first. Okay, I'll tell you why. Okay, if what you say is correct, then it involves the timing error. That means the timeout error of PHP. And maybe SQL Server, maybe there's timeout error also. But let's assume that it can be one of these problems. So that means the logical way moving forward could be Python. You get my point? Because Python runs on the shell, it does not, it will just update the SQL Server without regard to any interface to the web. Because the SQL Server one is updated, then when they load to the dashboard again, they will see the updated balance. You get my point? So maybe the version 2 we are going to use Python, but for this is too much to reprogram. So at the present moment, just stick with 1 minute. In that 1 minute, it's impossible for anyone to enter so many orders. But at the moment, while we have more users, then of course, even in the 1 minute, people can put in a lot of orders. Okay, then you have a problem. But that means in other words, the correct solution should be Python.
Well, okay. I think that could be a solution.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me try to find the exact issue, and
Okay.
then
Like I said,
I will
okay,
share.
okay. So, okay, Usman, you must listen to me first. I understand it's a hacker, as a programmer and as developer, which I am also. I mean, in the past, okay, I understand it excites you to find out what is the cause of this problem. Okay, that's for a developer. I understand that. Okay, but I am also at the same time a businessman. Businessmen focus on time. If you take too long time to develop this, it will be very problematic for me. But at the same time, I agree with you. What you say is a problem. If we do not solve it, it can be a problem. It can be a big problem because unmatched order or because the race condition that some orders are not processed. But if you're telling me that so far as I look at this, it seems logically correct. Okay, that means putting systemic problem aside. That means system problem aside. That means the speed, the PHP time, all these things. You will put that aside. It should be correct. Okay, but okay, first launch this first, then the set the parameter every minute update. Then at the meantime, after we complete the version 1, which is PHP version, then the second version of the matching order should be done in Python.
Okay.
Because Python should not have this problem. Because when you deal with PHP, you need the PHP to be executed through the web. Then you need to interface the web. You need to interface with web client. Then you need to interface with links. Then links will have a timeout. Then the links is waiting for the PHP to return the result. And when you don't return the result, then you got problem. But Python, when you execute, even if it takes a long time, Python will just wait because in a way it is a shell command.
Yeah.
So even if what you say is a problem, let's just forget it for the moment. At the present moment, the temporary solution is to limit to every minute I will execute a buy and sell order. Since now our user is only about 800 people online, I don't think it's possible for them to actually create a buy order that is so big that I have problem. But at the moment, I also agree. Okay, after this one is done, we should do the Python version. Because I do not want this problem to come and haunt me 2 years from now. Because 2 years from now, maybe the 1 minute got 10 orders is very normal. Then there will be a problem.
Okay.
So the thing is that the creation of buy order and sell order, of course, is still through PHP. Create, never mind, just create. Okay? Just create. Then when you create a buy and sell order, then the Python backstream will look at it and say, is there any buy order, is there any sell order, do they match? And I do a transaction. So if I use a Python to execute, I should not have this problem.
Okay.
I should not have this problem. So let's look out of the box first. Let's just complete this project, version 1. Because if what you say is correct, the timeout issue will never be solved by anything you're going to do within PHP. Because the problem is due to PHP and nothing you can do to it. Okay? It is the nature of PHP that makes it have this problem. And of course, if Python does not have this problem, which I don't think so, because the nature of Python is a very shell-based thing, okay? It should not have this problem. So let's just talk about because the very nature of matching is a very back-end operation. So let the back-end, what is best at back-end is Python.
Yeah.
Let Python settle the problem.
Okay.
Okay? So at this moment, do not do any more stress testing. You just match maybe 2 or 3 orders, matching 2 or 3 orders. That's all. Then
Okay,
if it
fine.
pass, you have a lot of 2 or 3 orders, then you just execute. So if it pass, it pass. Because for the next 6 months to a year, I don't think we have a problem of 100, 10 times 10. Okay, I don't think so. But in any case, after this is done, let's just do the Python. Okay.
Okay.
During the time when I'm going to do the exchange, I will have a lot of testing, all these things. So you don't have to get involved in that. The testing, let me do. Okay, you testing, you need to talk to a lot of users. Then let me do that one.
Oh, okay, then tonight I will work on the match order and I will try to finalize it.
Sure,
And hopefully,
sure. I mean, I value the way you look at the problem. It is good because you look beyond what is now. Okay, but as a businessman, you cannot focus on a problem that's going to happen 2 years from now. Like you see, BMW, I'm sure there are BMW in Pakistan. So BMW as a car is very expensive. It's very branded. But
Yeah.
honestly, the car sucks. Okay, after 4 or 5 years, it will get spoiled all the time. Okay,
Okay.
the car sucks. So after 4 or 5 years, you probably have to repair once in a while. Okay, so I do not want to. You see, but BMW is a good business. It is
Yeah.
profitable. Okay, but you're talking about if the car never spoil, it may not be a good business. Okay, I'm not saying that we should program an exchange that is spoil maybe 4 years from now. Let's not do that. Okay, let's just complete this. Don't do any more stress testing because I think 2 and 3 order matching it should be okay. But if you say the 10 by 10, let's just focus on Python. Okay. Okay, if you do the Python version, very much you have to reprogram or many of the code here can be reused or what?
Okay.
Hmm?
Uh,
If you do Python, many of the code here can be reused, right?
Sorry.
If you do Python version, many of the code here can be reused. Am I right or wrong?
Actually, code cannot be reused, but the
Concept.
logic can be
Okay,
reused.
sure. So then,
So
then,
so
then, the- mm.
so it will be just like writing this code into another language, or we can say the translating from English to my language.
Yeah. In fact, the thing is that if you go on Python, you can even set it to run every 30 seconds.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, you can run it. PHP is because you need to be executed via uh, the link server. Then you have another issue. You need to cron job it. Then of course, cron job you can actually do 30-second call because within the script you can call again. But I guess that's not the usual way it's supposed to be done. And of course, when you deal with PHP over the web, over port 80, you have other concerns. Network speed, I mean, it's not so simple lah. So I guess let's just complete this. The second version too, we use Python.
Okay.
Okay, shall we do that?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So tomorrow, I want to talk to you every day from now on. Okay, because I really want to get exchange up. Okay,
Yeah,
and
and can you tell me that am I supposed to work from the work from some time, work on a specific time, or I can just work in night or day whenever I want?
okay, I put it this way. Okay, for me, I mean, you and me are programmers. Programmers are night birds. I understand. Okay, but even that, our time zone are different. Okay, fine. For me
Yeah.
now, my time is now 12:37. Okay, 12:37. So I suppose your time is at 9:37.
Yes. Exactly.
Okay, so even though I'm quite flexible, okay, honestly, if you want to talk to me during daytime, I is I most probably not available. Okay, so if you want to talk to me during the night, like 9 p.m. Singapore time or 10 p.m. Singapore, I think it's fine.
Okay.
It's just that we have to talk every day, okay? Because when we talk every day, we get to know what is troubling you. Because I want to know how come the matching takes so long. Okay, then I understand. Okay, good. So this one, if your guess is correct, it is not something you can solve using PHP. Then don't
Yeah.
bother solving using PHP. Then use Python. So then that means that this project must put to a close. That means we know that technologically this is incomplete. It will, when you do a further stress test, it will fail. But at the very least, the stress is not 1 or 2 orders per 1 minute. That one will go fine. That's all I need to know. Okay? You don't, if I don't put 100 order in that 1 minute, there's no way it will crash. Then it's okay. But in any case, my intention is that immediately after this version is up, let's do the Python version. Don't waste time. Let's just complete it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay. And what You was asking me about Discord boat. So what about that? Are we going to work
Okay,
on that in future?
of course, in the future we're going to do Discord board. But at the present moment, the top priority is actually
Yeah.
the exchange. What we can do is that, okay, I put it this way. Uh, the okay, when you, for example, now when you say you complete the exchange, there is a possibility. I would want you to update to the Discord. That means the Discord, there will be one channel in say live transaction or live exchange. They mean the exact that means when you do a transaction, straight away that transaction is updated live into the Discord
Okay.
straight away.
Oh, okay.
So that means okay, then I will probably ask the people who are doing the live transaction. I mean, you want to get updated, please subscribe to Discord, okay? But I do not yet want to tie to their Discord ID because that one will have complication. That means they are
Okay.
updated via Discord. That means their ID, they'll see, oh, then they will get notified. Or say your transaction is completed. That means they're updated via Discord. The I don't know whether it's easy to do, but anyway, but never mind. Okay. Actually Discord is one way lah. Because nowadays,
Okay.
honestly, how many people actually read emails?
Sorry.
Nowadays, not many people read emails already. Emails
Oh,
is actually a chore.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then never mind. Okay, let's just Discord is so that because we are going to move a lot of things to Discord. Because I find that Discord there are a lot of there are a lot of bots that can allow for a lot of interaction and a lot of live things. Okay, so there are certain live
Yeah.
things that I may want to update to Discord. So the it's more interactive. Okay,
Yeah.
so don't worry. Now just focus on exchange first. Okay, of course the first thing first is that get it done. Secondly, and
Okay.
then straight away we can do the Discord version. Sorry, the Python version. In fact, I'm going to
Okay.
note it down. Okay.
Uh, okay. So actually, I have. Okay. Are we done for now? I have a thing to discuss if maybe if it works.
Wait, hold on. So what do you say? You want to discuss something with me, is it?
Yes. So
Okay.
if we are done discussing the project, then we can
Yeah,
discuss
sure.
something
We can
if
discuss
you
something
have
else.
time.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So the doctors in clinics or in hospitals, people or doctors need surgical instruments for operations and for surgeries, right?
You mean for COVID-19 or what?
For in general.
Okay.
Actually, I have actually my uncle lives in another city which is called Sialkot, and actually that city is the mm, high. That city is top in building surgical instruments
Okay.
in Asia. Yeah, and luckily my uncle have a factory that builds surgical instruments, and but they do not know the export thing. And actually, I met a few of their business partners, and they explained me how they can export things. So what do you think as a business uh, should I get into that business?
Okay.
They are asking me to handle the export thing, but I'm little bit confused that because that's a totally different
Okay.
line of business.
Okay. Let me just sort of okay, this we're just sharing information. I'm not asking you to do or don't do. Okay, because I also do not want to be responsible. If I ask you to do it, then if you do it, then you get to trouble, then you say I give you stupid advice. And then if I ask you not to do it, and let's say your uncle asks someone to do it and you become a multi-millionaire, then you say I asked you not to do it. You get my point? So I'll just give you whatever advice that I can give you.
That
You see, for example, okay, let's put it this way. When I go into a business, I consider a few things. Okay, for example, let's look at venture. Okay, why do I go into venture the business? Okay,
yeah
the thing is that first of all, okay, it is because the way I do it, then I can do venture. Okay, if you're talking about me, let's say all along I've been trained in IT, then you're talking about my work is very finance related. That means I do finance. Okay, alternative finance. That means I help people structure how to raise funding, all these things. So I do finance. So my skill set is IT and finance. Yeah,
yeah
IT and finance. So IT and finance. So the thing is that you will see, if it's IT and finance, then the problem is like this. If I do a vending machine business, if I do a food business, my experience doesn't go there to. There's no advantage for me to do it because the thing is that my training is not there. My experience is not there. I
yeah
mean, for my first 10 years or 20 years of my life, I focus on IT. Then the next 20 years, I focus on finance. So these two things are, then suddenly I become in a food business. Of course, knowledge is nonsense. Okay, but venture is not purely a food business. Venture is to take an asset, split into multiple parts, and sell the product. So it is both IT and finance, which means that only I can do it. Because the people in the F&B business, if they're in the food business, they cannot do this business. If they do the food business, yes, then they would just talk about coming out their own money, buy their own vending machine, or go and open their own food store, buy their own drinks. That is their life because they do not have any exposure into IT and finance. Okay?
yeah
So when I go into the business, I consider a few things. Okay, IT I have, finance I have. So when I talk to a programmer like yourself, I'm not as good as you, but I at least understand what you're trying to tell me. Okay, then I try to see
yeah
from my experience in IT, how would I solve it if I was still a developer. So sometimes when I think of the problem, it's not really how you program or you program differently. It's not really about that. It's because if the environment you're programming into, you will have that problem already. There's no way you can escape one. There's no way you can program such that the problem is gone. You have to use another paradigm, which is Python, a
yeah
shell-based programming language. Okay, so
yeah
then it makes sense. It makes sense to me. It makes sense. So the thing is that if I'm just a pure businessman, I don't know what you're talking to me, and I don't know what's the solution because I've never programmed in Python. Let's say, I mean, I program in Python. It's just those kind of stupid hello world kind of shit, like Python. Hey, ha ha, I go hello world. Then I say, oh, I roughly I know. Then I did program something to do some blockchain reading stuff lah. But to
yeah
me, that is very basic. In fact, I do the blockchain reading stuff. It's like cut and paste from a template that people program. Then I change some of the wording. It's all done for me. So I just change inside the wording. Instead of getting this variable, I get another variable. That's all. You're asking me whether I can program Python, let's say, without any assistant. It will be hard. You know they cannot. Then you ask me to go and read documents, go and read how to program in Python, it will take a long time. Not because I cannot, but because it take a long time. But the thing is that I have exposure in IT and finance. Doing the exchange need IT and finance. So venture only I can do only. Nobody else can do. So when I do this business, nobody can compete with me. So even if
yeah
I'm slow, you see, we took a year to do the exchange. But in this 1 year, oh, you mean suddenly I got a lot of competitors? No, there are none. Because they cannot even start. I'm starting, I'm doing, and I'm slow. Okay? I am
yeah
slow. But no matter how slow I am, you cannot even start. Okay? So the thing is that I tell you, when I get this exchange up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask investor, why don't you put in $5 million? Put in $5 million because I'm the only
yeah
exchange. Okay? Then thereafter, when I put in $5 million, of course I can give you more extra money. Okay? Like I say to
yeah
you, let's say if you complete this, I'll give you a few $1,000s. And I just give you, never mind, it's okay. So even if I don't get investor, it's fine. But if I get investor, it will be more lah. So of course, at the same time, you also continue doing the project. So and then of course that we also, as you get used to this thing, we can do business together. Okay, because I know that programmer. Okay, programmer
Yeah.
even if you earn $100 an hour, I tell you, you still not as much as business. Right?
Yes. Yeah.
But if you can earn $100 an hour, you earn a few $100 first. That money can use to do business. You get my
Yeah.
point. So it's still fine. But
Yeah.
whatever skill you have, you just use it. But you tell me like this surgical instrument, this thing, I honestly think that based on your skill set,
Uh,
I don't
actually,
understand.
uh, uh, actually, I feel a little bit that maybe I can succeed in that because there are people who are making those things, and there are a few companies who are exporting those things. I know how I can export, and I know a little bit of
Okay, Usman, why not I
marketing.
just say this honestly, okay? If you say that, let's say you do the business, let's say every day you just spend about 2-3 hours a day and then you can just do it. I mean,
Yeah.
from my point of view, is why not? You get my point? Just you steal some money. I assume that you,
Actually,
sorry, what do you say?
actually more than actually it's like trying something. It's for me, even for a year, I do, even if I do not earn a single dollar from that business, that's okay, because for me that will be a new experience, and at least I will be
Okay,
able to learn that how I can sell things, or how I can export things from
okay, yes,
Pakistan.
Usman. Okay, let's just rewind a bit. Okay, learning to do sales. Okay, I tell you last time, have you know in your country, do you have this kind of network marketing or multi-level marketing?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so actually in the past, actually when I was 20 plus, I actually joined a few. Okay, I joined a few. Most important is
Okay.
because that some of these MLM, they offer me a chance to learn about sales. Okay, the skill set you need to learn is sales and marketing. Okay, of course you may say that this medical instrument you can learn marketing and sales as well, but I'm just saying that it is very distant away from your skill set. Okay, I don't deny you may be able to make money from here, but I tell you, if you are a technology person, the money you can make in this area is much more. Okay, I put it this way. I used to be a management consultant, so I have a lot of clients, even those people dealing with medical instrument. I will tell you, it's actually good money. Okay, good money. Okay, but the thing is that they are okay. You think of it from your point of view as IT. They are there for the last few years. There was some uh, need in the market. Okay, let's say when you translate, when you ship medical equipment, you ship to a lot of hospital. They need to have a lot of compliance. Let's say, oh, this device is in the hospital for 5 years, and based on the regulation, you must change your instrument in 5 years.
Yeah.
For example, so this one there's a huge IT system. They keep track of it.
Okay.
Like they just say for example, there's a serial number here. Then you take, okay, this one is foreign medical instrument. You take away. So let's say they go through the audit check. They say based on regulation, you must change this every 5 years. I don't care whether it's spoiled or not. You must change every 5 years. You get my point? So they change. So the thing is that they have thousands, if not tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, if not millions of medical equipment in the market. To keep track of these, oh my God, it's good money. And you're talking about that, it is IT-based business, right up your alley. Okay, if you say, but of course you may want to do this medical instrument, then of course you evolve to keeping track of medical equipment. You're going to see that sector or the industry, which particular part is according to your skill set. Right? You get my point?
Yeah.
So you see all the
Yeah,
things
I
you
think.
learn, like from in blockchain, serial number to serialize, and then you keep track of all the equipment. Oh, that one is good. That one is big business, right? I tell you. That one is IT business. You see, if you talk about medical equipment, you still need to buy the equipment to sell. So you buy at $1,000, you sell at $1,200. For example,
Yeah.
you only have $200. But of course you sell a lot of units. But the point is that you need to come out with $1,000 first. per
Yeah.
equipment. So it's a
I
lot of money.
yeah, I think I got it, and yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I think you are right that I should stay in IT, and
No,
my skill. Actually, um, this was my confusion, that because that was totally separate, totally different from my current skills, and
yeah, but of course, if you have a business that deal with serial number on medical equipment and keeping track of that, of course, by all means, go in. I mean, this is a good business. You get my point?
yeah,
Serial number on the
yes,
medical equipment, then you keeping track, or every few years, then they need to change, and then you are the one to remind them. Of course, reminding them, you need to pay one, If not, remind you for what? That means it's an audit, man. It's like I say, you go to the hospital and say, some of your equipment need to change. You tell them, of course, we will change. They buy from where? I'm the one certifying what. You buy from me what. Then I'll tell them I have the link. Then you tell every supplier to the machine that say I have the link to all these hospital. You give me money to sell for you. You get my point? Because they need to change. Because only if you are doing that business, you know which medical instrument need to change. You know which one need to be audited. You know which one need to be serviced. It's good business. That one actually honestly is an IT business. It's a software business. Because you need the software to keep track of all these things. Oh, but the business, I would say, it's quite difficult to get in now. Because that one is highly guarded. Okay. But like I say, if you're going into a business which your skill set has nothing to do with, it's very difficult. Like for example, let's say for me, if I just have IT, also no point going to vending machine business. Right? I must combine with finance. If I don't have finance, I don't understand share market, I don't understand stock market, I don't understand exchanges. Then how if okay, I ask you, if the purpose of me doing exchange, what is it for? If people buy my vending machine, right, they buy at $3,000, right? If the exchange, they can immediately tomorrow sell. So if I can buy today, I can sell tomorrow. Do you think they have home buying? They have no home buying. They buy now. Uh, Usman, are you still there? Never mind. I think you're off. I will just talk to you on